Take the Help album and open it up to where it has the open up inside cover. On the right side of the open up, you see a picture of Paul smiling at you. His right eye is looking away in the distance while his left eye is staring at you. Also, notice Paul's teeth. There seems to be a space missing. Paul is missing from the group. Look above Paul's head in the picture of Paul smiling. It says directly above his head, sweltering 90-degree heat. Paul died in 90-degree heat. We are also told that Ringo is dead. Look at the picture on the open-up flap of Help on the right side. A mouse is coming towards Ringo's head in one picture. Ringo is looking sadly towards the direction of your left. In that left, there's a picture of Ringo with a beard and mustache. The old Ringo is looking at the new Ringo with a sad expression on his face. Could it be that the real Ringo died and another mysterious double took his place? Look below on the Help album with all four Beatles standing there. Ringo has blood all over himself. It is, of course, red paint in the movie, but how do we know that? Ringo is dead. Are Ringo and Paul really dead? Again, the Help album tells us so. Ringo, mysteriously on the right side of the on the left side, of the open-up flap, is looking away from the camera, where they are all standing there with the scarves. Ringo is looking mysteriously away from the other Beatles, and directly below him, it says, Help. Is Ringo asking for help from the other Beatles, but they are denying it? Also, right next to Ringo is Paul. Paul is seen the only one not wearing a hat. Could Paul be dead? Paul is also the only one wearing a fur coat. All the other Beatles are wearing cloth material. Could Paul have killed himself? On the back of the Help album, Paul is seen with his right hand tucked under his armpit. Could Paul have died from armpit odor? On the cover of the Help album, all the Beatles are spelling out what many people think are help. But of course, if you took Boy Scouts, you would know that it spells death. Look on the cover of the Sgt. Pepper album. To the far corner of the left, next to the Beatles, you see the old Beatles wearing the brown suits and looking sadly down towards Paul's grave, spelled out in marijuana leaves, saying Beatles. Could this mean that the Beatles are burying them old selves and are born anew? The hand above Paul's head stands for another symbol of Paul's death. It appears that the hand is about to slap Paul in the head, as if to chop it off. Again, we prove that Paul's head was decapitated. We prove again that Ringo is dead by looking at the picture of Ringo on the cover of the Sgt. Pepper album. Directly behind Ringo, it looks as if there is a person with his head bashed in. Could Ringo be that person? Ringo, in the past, has been known to play the drums and occasionally piano, but never before has he been known to play the trumpet. On the cover of the Sgt. Pepper album, Ringo is seen holding a trumpet. What in the world is he doing holding a trumpet if he plays the drums? Think about it. On the song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, many people say it stands for LSD. We think that it stands for Long Since Dead. Could this be another death clue? Look closely on the cover of the Red album. Also says Beatles 1962 to 66. George is seen nudging John. Is George nudging John signifying that it's a joke and the other two Beatles are not knowing about it? On the cover of the Red album, Ringo is seen wearing a watch. However, on the back, Ringo is not wearing a watch. Could this mean that Ringo was not watching as George nudged John? Also, all the other Beatles are not quite smiling. George is. Could George be signifying a joke? Ringo is smiling as if looking in pain. Ringo is not happy. Could this signify Ringo is dead? And what of Paul, who is really supposedly dead? Ringo and Paul are dead. Look again on the back of the Red album cover, Beatles 1962 to 66. You see a green apple. You see a green apple at the top of the album. Could this apple be ready to fall, swerve over at a 90-degree angle, plus 35.7, and hit Ringo on the top of the head? Ringo is nervous in the picture. George and John are looking very serene. They know about the apple. Ringo is dead. On the inside open-up of the Red Album, Paul, John, and George are behind the bars as if looking for someone. Ringo is seen bending down in the bottom of the cage in the left-hand corner. Is he hiding? Also, Ringo is shorter than all the other Beatles, and even some of the children as well. Could the Beatles have chopped Ringo's legs off with a butcher knife? Also, there's a boy standing inside the gate while everyone else waits outside. He's reaching in his pocket. Is he reaching in his pocket to take out a .22 caliber and blow Ringo away? Ringo is dead.